Did your special someone make the right decision by breaking off contact with you, ending the relationship, ghosting you, or whatever the case may be? So this is about breaking off contact, about separation. And you're asking yourself, does he feel good about it? Was it the right decision? Is he sure about what he did? Does he regret it or not? And if so, what's behind it? Let's take a look at that now. We're tapping into the energy of the present moment, the most prominent energy. And, we're working with the collective. The person cards are gender neutral, and a collective reading can't apply to everyone. This is your counterpart, whether male or female, Orkun, and our and you. Sort it out for yourselves, and in the collective, in whatever way fits your situation. And not every reading will resonate either. And no matter when you watch this video, this message wants to reach you in this very moment. A very, very warm and loving hello. And a big, heartfelt hug to all of you. And thank you for being here. Your warmth, your comments, again, every day they are so beautiful. And I thank you so much for that. And also the way you support each other in the community, I find that absolutely wonderful as well. And for those who aren't doing well or are dealing with various issues, including health concerns, I wish you all the very, very best from the bottom of my heart. And to all of you, I wish lots of light and love every single day anew. So now let's take a look at what's going on with your loved one. Or rather, let's ask the question, was it the right decision to leave you, to break off contact with you? And let's see what we get for that. And we'll also take a look at a tendency beforehand. All right, then let's have a look. Am I recording? Yes. Okay. Ooh, and that's quite a start. We have the Three of Swords. So there's an inner conflict. Maybe it was also a message you received that hurt you, but it also hurt him. So I would say that's where the conflict lies. This could also be about messages, whether written or spoken. And here we can very clearly see the pain, this heartache, and the clear split between head and heart. Love is really an issue here. And he's kind of stuck in between because somehow something isn't right. I don't really see complete relief for the person of the heart right now. We have a complete split here. And what exactly it is, let's take a look. Okay, so what's going on with the person of the heart? It's clearly visible, Five of Cups. There's disappointment. So there's a mistake here. He regrets something. And right now, or also regarding the separation, this distance, it's a process, but a painful one. So I can already tell you for sure, she's not doing well. No matter what you see on the outside, what you hear, he's not doing well. Because right now, failure is always inevitable here. And he just can't cope with himself. As I said, right now he's a bit overwhelmed. There's disappointment, this regret. So something is going on here. It hurts. He's not doing well. We'll see exactly what it is in a moment. But you can already see a new beginning as well. To what extent and what exactly that means. Clarity is coming. So what else do we have? The Two of Swords. So in response to the question now, yes, he's lacking a bit of clarity. And he's keeping his distance. And it was also about trust. I think maybe he couldn't fully go along with a relationship with the situation, but I see him completely in doubt, in despair. There's this blockage and avoidance as well. He's avoiding something. Maybe he's avoiding contact with you. Or maybe he's also avoiding his own issues. So there's something here that's a bit stuck, either for him or for her. But it does show that there is movement. We have a new beginning. And as I said, it's a new beginning. Head versus heart. Head versus heart. Head with a capital H. And then we have activity again, moving toward clarity so that he comes back into this clear state. So you can definitely see some movement here. And now I'm also curious about the bell of clarity, about the clarity we're going to get. I'm still struggling a bit with my cable here, but that's okay. All right, okay, so let's take a look. Let's see. Okay, yes. So, if we look now, things are already really stuck. So, yes, the withdrawal. I also see him lying there completely unable to make decisions right now. So I have absolutely no sense of determination at the moment. And if there is any, it's just a mess. I actually see him lying here in complete chaos. When it comes to his decision, whether it's breaking up with you, distancing himself, taking a step back, cutting off contact, whatever it may be, he was very determined in that moment, but now he's thinking about it because somehow he's not sure anymore. So here we can clearly see he or she is not sure whether it was the right thing to do, the right decision. It's like they've been fooling themselves, a false sense of happiness, uncertainty in their happiness because now they have nothing. I don't see him happy here at all. And there's an absolute stress factor. So it's a mess here, an inner chaos. Yes, also in his material world, he shifted his focus a bit onto finances. We already have that here. Yes, but you can see it for yourselves. Those are his issues. He ran away. So I can already tell you very clearly here, he ran away from you, ran away from the depth. And there is this strong sense of disappointment, this pain. We see a split between head and heart here. We have the sorrow, we have the heartbreak, and it's showing up very clearly again. I see the sadness, the despair in him. I sense the restlessness, this confusion really within him. And it's also like this. Oh, this break is not forever. And he can't cope with it. And for him, yes, it was very, very difficult. Yes, he can't deal with his inner self. I have him lying here completely restless, and that was not the right decision on his part. So regarding the decision, there's always this kind of, maybe it was childish. Maybe he behaved childishly towards you where you think, hey, we're adults, what's going on now? Maybe it was that it was a WhatsApp message or just something quickly over the phone, or he had someone else pass on the message and you ended up with no more contact, right? Or he just quietly slipped out of the situation here, stopped getting in touch. Because what I see here is a little coward who tried to wriggle out of the whole thing and didn't really stand up and take responsibility. Because deep down, he already knew it wasn't right. And when it comes to him and your connection, I see a complete lie there regarding this breakup and your relationship. If you said, okay, no, there's nothing there, there's no love. No, there's nothing. I don't want a relationship after all. It just doesn't fit, and something's off. Yeah, you have excuses. Masters of excuses, right? He's basically developed his own excuse book, like a notebook full of all kinds of excuses, and he flipped through it. Which one should I use now? I have this here. brushed off. And whatever he told you, right, no matter what he said, like he doesn't love you, it just doesn't work, you know, whatever it was that hit you where you thought, wow, I have it here as a lie. This making excuses. And that's the reason why he ended the whole thing. For him, somehow, he just can't deal with it. That's what it is. It still lingers with him, no matter how long ago it was, no matter how much distance there is between the two of you. Like I said, I see him completely restless. He's nervous because the thoughts, this nervousness keeps coming back because his thoughts keep circling around you. You keep popping up, no matter how or what. And then I also get these brief moments. But I want to emphasize right away, it's not just that, it's not only that. With him, I keep seeing these moments where he actually gets startled himself. That's how I think about sexuality. So he, you know, it's here now. Sorry, I keep stumbling over my words. In his thoughts, I sense sexuality. And then I get this brief moment of shock, this, whoa, you know, this, oh God, like what's happening now? Because suddenly you are the main character in his sexual thoughts. And that startles him too, because it's like you actually accompany him, you know, not just, as I said, not just in sexuality. You keep appearing again and again, and it's always this sudden, unexpected thing, no matter what it's about. There's always something like your voice, or always something that keeps reminding him of you. Or even if not, even if, for example, he's just driving the car or out and about or tinkering with the car or something like that. I have to say, car, that's because I'm an absolute car enthusiast, especially when it comes to, well, the older ones, like classic cars. I'm a total car freak. I've been that way since I was a kid. That's probably why I'm using so many examples related to driving. Please forgive me for that. With him, I have this sense that no matter what he's doing, you keep popping up here, plop, in his thoughts. And it's like a high-speed train that just rushes through and says, hey, look, here I am. I'm still here, you know? And then I keep getting these short sequences coming up again. And that's when he becomes thoughtful. I sense this thoughtfulness, and then he tenses up. It's like you appear, right? Because those are beautiful moments. Those are loving, heartfelt, yes, loving, heartfelt memories of you. Thoughts, this depth, and also this warmth, because he keeps feeling it. You appear in his thoughts, and then this affection keeps coming up, something warm, you know? So there really are these feelings of happiness, something truly wonderful, nothing negative at all. So, and then we get to this point, these moments of happiness that come up, and that's when he really can't let go. And then comes the pain, then he tenses up because this beautiful feeling arises. It feels good. As I said, it's brief, you know. It's not like he spends an hour thinking about it or indulging in it, because right after that comes this very spontaneous reaction, this oof. Then he tenses up, this shit, you know, because then comes that moment, that break in contact, this, you're not there anymore. What have I done? And I'm telling you in this reading, no, he did not make the right decision. He's not feeling good about his decision, no matter how long ago it was. I also have a long past, but he just can't let you go. So energetically, he keeps pulling you along with him over and over again. Even if you don't see him out there in the present, you are definitely still very present for your beloved, and you know that yourselves, right? So, again and again, but those are his fears. Who did it? That was definitely a reaction, an action from him, because it was as if, actually, his behavior, his pawing past, this future, it was all just too fast for him. It was, I don't know, an insane number of express trains that just zoomed right through here, one after another. And he had no idea at all. Oh God, what do I do now? Right? There were problems on the outside. I keep seeing the outside here. And there were always those fears. Maybe he kept one thing or another secret from you, right? He didn't open up to you. He was completely lacking in lightness here. I saw him here, tense and uptight. And there were a few things he kind of sneaked past you, didn't open up to you, didn't fully show you who he really is. Now, the whole thing has become a bit too risky for him because he knows, he sensed with you, wow, there's something serious here. And so, why this fear of missing out? I have him here, his reaction, goal, end, panic. And he wasn't ready yet. He needed this time, this distance between the two of you, to actually start dealing with his own issues, to take a look at them, because he's a runner, you know? He's got a whole closet full of the best sneakers ever, so he can switch them out whenever he wants. If one pair of shoes starts to stink, he just grabs the next pair, you know? So there are always some ready right away, or if they're worn out or smoking or whatever. And with him, it's always about running away from everything, over and over again, just keeping everything on the surface and constantly avoiding different things. Yeah, always dodging uncomfortable situations. He just didn't want to face them. You were honest, really. You gave everything here your love. You were authentic. He was authentic in showing his mask, you know? He did let down his guard a little bit with you. And that's what kept scaring him again and again, this feeling of, I'm opening up completely here. I start to open up, and then whoosh, right away the mask goes back on, and that's it, you know? That's what I see with him. So he's definitely not doing well. He hasn't moved on from this. Yes, it was the wrong decision that he made. And I see him becoming more and more active because he just can't get you out of his mind. He's also thinking about reaching out to you, about reconnecting with you. He has the message in his mind. He's thinking about meeting you in person. A personal meeting, definitely, because I see the domestic sphere coming up. Those are also longings. And it definitely wasn't the right decision. And I also see him very much caught up in his thoughts, going back and forth like, what can I do here, you know? So there's a bit of determination, but he's still a little confused, kind of like, what could I maybe do about work? Could I send a message regarding work? No, that doesn't work. That would come across badly. Food, maybe food. Yeah, no, but what exactly should I do there? So he keeps having these ideas, these trains of thought about what reason he could use to contact you. And then, no, that won't work, right? So I don't really see him here as being particularly creative with ideas, because it's always like, it keeps getting interrupted. He almost has the right idea, but it stresses him out that he can't find the right one, you know? So it could even be that maybe he's searching for something on TV or the internet or watching something, or that some kind of hint appears, this bang moment. And then we have this, the light bulb that starts to shine, the ding, you know? That moment of insight, too, that clear realization. Now, boom, it lights up. Now I know what I have to do, right? So he's really searching for how he can approach you again, you know? Because there's definitely this feeling of, I'm such an idiot. Yeah, there's also that little coward in him, this fear, these worries that you might really reject him or her, you know? So I would say it's a very, very cautious approach, you know? But regarding the question, the reading we did about the question, well, you know, I always say everything the cards show, just like in personal readings. You know that, right? Everything that concerns the question and is relevant to the topic is always mentioned. But the fact is, regarding the question now, I'm not certain whether he feels good, whether it was the right decision for him to end contact with you, to distance himself from you, to end the relationship with you. I can tell you here definitely no, right? Happy? No, his happiness is completely buried right now. There's nothing there at all. He doesn't even see it. Not even a little glimmer of hope, right? He really talked himself into it a lot. And yes, he's really fooling himself, has fooled himself, because that's what I see here in the past, right? I see him here again gaining this clear perspective and realizing that he thought he was the one in control, but what he did was wrong because he can't get you out of his mind. No matter if he's in contact with another woman, man, or anyone else, right? You're always there, right? So he's completely overwhelmed by you here. He hasn't let you go at all. And that's what I can always tell you in the readings, which often isn't seen on the outside. This is what's really going on inside that person. What's truly happening within them. So now let's look at the tendency here. Okay. So on the one hand, we have the Fool. Yes. That curiosity has been sparked, this journey of exploration towards you, this curiosity to get to know you again, but on a different level. The curiosity to embrace something new, and for him, embracing the new means completely letting go of all of this, of always running away. And here we also see more lightness is being shown and hope of beginning a new start. And in fact, it will be very spontaneous. I see spontaneity here, that bling, that light bulb that suddenly, the light that switches on. And here we have that spontaneity again, right? This totally spontaneous, this poof, suddenly he's there, The whole time it's been submerged, and then suddenly the submarine shoots up like a cannon, right? So, as I said, and something is starting again there, a new beginning, a change, something is transforming again. And here I see stability surrounding it. So this uncertainty, I see it completely dissolving here, that everything is moving towards stability, So what else do we have? 2 of Cups. Okay, that fits perfectly. He will overcome his inner conflict, because he feels the attraction to you. It's too strong, and it's getting stronger and stronger. It's when building up, and he still feels the connection. He can't let go, and he doesn't want to either. Yes, of course, he has some doubts. Yeah, how is this whole thing going to turn out now, right? But I see this loving encounter, that he will approach you lovingly again. It could be that he's a little bit, maybe, maybe a bit overconfident, or somehow a bit confused, where you think, what's going on with him now? So that could be the case for some people. I only hinted at it vaguely, But in any case, he will resolve his conflict here, the inner conflict that he kept having, as I said, this stability, this solidity, this commitment with you. He will take that path, and he will come towards you. So it doesn't have to mean that he's just coming straight towards you all the time, because I also see more of this mutual interaction, I see you here in an observing role. You're watching the whole situation at first, but also, as I said, even though you're always a bit on guard, you will also, I sense this mutual, this loving approach towards each other from both sides here as well, but because a reconciliation is needed here. And reconciliation is indicated here as well, because there really is love involved. And that's why I say head versus heart. The heart wins, definitely. Okay. Dear ones, I wish you a truly wonderful, beautiful rest of the day. And thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, for watching. Goodbye.